Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Hi, hello, how are you, my lovelies, my royalty? Okay, so I hope you have something boiling hot or freezing cold to sip on. And if you're anywhere, well, actually, I think 40 of the states, bundle up, stay warm. I hope everyone is housed or able to find shelter. I know these are some cold, brittle times right now. Cold weather with a cold heart in many individuals right now. We're kind of seeing the shape of this country, and some people are shocked and amazed. While black women, 92% of black women, we're just sitting around like, we're told you so. But I've said this in so many different episodes, and if you haven't watched them, catch up. There's over 600 episodes now. And so I'm going to see if I can get to 1,000 by the end of this year. We'll see, because I think I'm gonna start doing some episodes finally on the Handicapable Black Nerd channel. And I'm gonna start just talking about my business, because I used to say I don't have enough time and everything, but I'm like, you know what? Let's show it about the nerdy things that I have to do. And to finish my novel, I'm gonna have some lives where either goal time, like if you have a goal, we'll put a timer and then talk, discuss, like if you guys are in the chat, or I will do a story time about some of my dating nightmares, or I might pull up some of the newer screenshots that I'm going to be putting up on Patreon, which follow, please. I have some that are free, and then I have the $2 and the $4. I try to keep it nice and affordable for my disabled community, because I know how, like with everything else we have going on in life, it's expensive. And a lot of people don't understand how much we already have to do in order to try to live an independent life. So, yeah. And I'm going to have some that are maybe a little bit more expensive or whatever. But for right now, 0, 2, and $4. So, but yes, I will be talking about dating nightmares and disability life, the medical, and yeah, and yes, I have so many Reddit screenshots. Some are like years old, but part of me feels like I was looking at some of them a few days ago, and I'm like, wow, I'm kind of glad I waited, because especially with some of the things going on now, I am able to put more perspective on them. And also with some of the screenshots and dating experiences that I have had, I think I am able to like either be harder on or more uplifting. So, but yeah, this is kind of a hard time of the year for me. And if you've been listening, you already know about my undiagnosis for decades, and how doctors, family, and everybody were either blaming me for how I walk or calling me a liar for how I walk, until I could not walk anymore, literally, and I had to have surgery. And then after the surgery, they still saw something is off, something's not right. So then I had like literally almost all of the money I saved up for a house, almost all of the money I tried to save up so that I would be able to, pay my student loans, because I was trying to be like so many people, especially if you're a CK fan. If you try to say if you had a black pilot or whatever, and you're going to second think if they're, qualified based off the color of their skin, you're a bigot. And like with a lot of the jobs and a lot of the interviews, either I was judged for by being a woman, but white women are just now finding out that they are part of DEI. And I might sound petty, but I'm kind of glad we are like going through some of these things right now because a lot of these white women are really learning how the patriarchy works. They're really learning the racism and bigotry in this country. They're really learning how a lot of these mega white men think of them and how little they think of them. And for the most part, how they think most women are only around to be used to make more of them. Yeah. Because, like I said in our earlier episode, the only reason they brought women over to America is because they had to continue making more people. They needed babies, they needed population, they needed you to make babies. That is why. Just think, you didn't have the right to vote and not much for education. They wanted you to stay at the house, make the babies, clean the house, and do the dang thing with the man. You know. That's all they needed you for. Everything. So when just I don't know, it's amusing now. I keep seeing videos about these MAGA women or just women are now in the middle of divorce with their MAGA men. And I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Like, if you think I'm surprised, I'm not surprised. And if you really need to look at my Patreon because the messages that I get from these MAGA men, the messages that I get from these MAGA, extremely awful, terrible, bigoted, heartless, disgusting, uneducated men. You think I'm surprised? Come on. Come on. But it's like you have to look at their actions. You also have to listen to them because sometimes by mistake they speak the honest truth, especially once they relax. Especially once they relax, that's when they say everything. Once they think they have you, once they think that they have their paws all over you and there's no way for you to escape. This is why I say, ladies, don't let that man try to tell you to just stay at home and not work. And you may be the type that does not want to work at all, but at least try to have a part-time job. Try to have something because some experience is better than no experience because just in case, because down the line, once you have babies, and your body starts changing and you get older and things like that, his cravings might be leaning back towards younger women, the younger models, the younger versions. Yeah. So I'm just saying, be careful, watch your back, get your bag. Because their actions and their words say everything. And especially when it comes to money. Money is vital, and money is one of the top reasons people get divorced. But there's so many reasons why money is the reason and like the top issue with relationships and leading to divorce and breakups and things, separations. And one reason, like, so many MAGA men are upset. So many men, period, but especially MAGA men. They are so upset with one of my standards. Because I say that you must have some type of investments. And they think, oh, I must be so spoiled. Oh, I'm just dating them for their money. No, most of these men have no money. Absolutely nothing. They have no backup. And then they want my money. They want to use me. And that's what I was saying earlier. How a lot of these men, it's like they'll start, once they're relaxed, once they think they got you and there's no way for you to leave, because that's how Mr. Lockakey and Mr. No Heart were. Because once Mr. Lockakey was just like, okay, so now she's going to be too scared to leave me because I've made sure to install in her head, once she breaks up with me, I am going to eliminate myself from the earth. So then she's going to feel like it's her fault. I've got her. I've entrapped her. She will not leave me. She will not go anywhere. And the sad truth is that that's the main reason I didn't break up with him for so long. And sadly, it's like once his grandmother passed away, I knew I could leave. I knew I could escape because I knew now he would not do that and leave his grandfather by himself. I knew it. And it's like, he was so upset when I broke up with him. But the last year or year and a half of the relationship, I will never forget. Like, because I was about to break up with him, I was so tired of him, and part of me was just like, you know what? Suck it up, Buttercup. It's like if he does what he says he's gonna do, that's his fault. It's his fault. I'm tired of this. I am working on my second master's. I'm trying to better myself. I'm trying to be the woman that I want to be. Because while dating, so many men kept telling me who I was supposed to be, trying to change me, telling me that, like, just lowering my self esteem because, and then sounding kind of like my mother, because my mother agreed with the men. Because my mother, like, when I told her that I got into grad school for my first master's, why in the hell did you do that for? You're not smart enough. You're not going to finish. Why did you do that? Like, for 15, 20 minutes was the first time. And then even later, while I'm fixing her plate for dinner, round two. And then round three was the next day. Like, she had, like, for at least 2 or 3 weeks, every time I saw her, I don't know why you did that. You're never gonna finish. You're so like. Is there any way you can cancel it? Because she even said, "Why are you so stupid? Why are you so stupid that you signed up for this? You actually think you're gonna finish?" Over and over again. And so then I'm hearing from guys, either date me or finish your masters, because you're not gonna date me while working on your masters, because I don't want a smart woman. And then I kept hearing from guy after guy, especially black men. And this is why I'm so like, this is why I'm hard on black men. And it's because a lot of black men say I'm obligated to date black men, but at the same time, a lot of black men say that they don't want me because I'm smart or educated, or that I have goals and dreams and want to start my own business and publish my own books. They say they don't want me. They have no use for me. They say I'm a square and a white girl wannabe. So why am I going to want to date you if you don't want me the way I am? You tell me that I have to change, but I don't want you the way that you are. It's like you're trying to force me to change to be who you want me to be, but you will never be the man that I want. But you just want me to settle. You just want me to settle, right? But back to this jerk, Mr. Lockett, okay, whatever. So I'm trying to break up and everything like that, but then it's like a lot of these men are so manipulative and gaslighting, and because he always tried to blame me, because even with his addiction or whatever, well, if you weren't so smart, you wouldn't make me feel like I was worthless. That's why I got back on it, because I felt worthless. I felt like my life didn't matter anymore, because you're over halfway done with your second master's now, and I'm just a pathetic man who can't even get his GED. He eventually got it. Second try, he got it. But yeah, the first time, yeah, I'll tell that story. I'll tell that story. But I just don't know how I can live my life with a woman on your status. Oh my, it's like you just make me feel so worthless. Maybe if you just quit now, it's okay, because you already have one master's. A second one isn't gonna help you at all. It's like it's not gonna uplift you. It's not gonna change you. And it's like, and I won't care if you drop out. It's like, at least I'll know that you tried. That's the kind of crap he tried to pull on me. He tried to blame me for getting back on his addiction. He tried to blame me for getting back on his addiction so many different times. Because even being the promotional model, even trying to get into the marketing fields and stuff like that, oh, so you're going to get a career job and you're going to make so much money and you're just going to make me feel like I'm not a man. You're going to make me feel like I'm not worth your time. I'm never going to be on your level. That's not fair. I can't believe this. It's like, I need to find a way. I promise. I promise. I will figure out a way so that I can make you proud of me. I will figure out a way. And it's just like, dude. This is why on Plenty of Fish, the first time we spoke, I told you you're not my type. I told you we're not compatible. When I'm right, I'm right. I knew I was right. But then over and over and over again, because even after I blocked him, he made a new profile and he came right back. And like like just writing. Like, I wish I could have had those screenshots from all those years ago. It's like I don't have it. But if you knew, like, I'm trying to think, like, I think he wrote me about 50 times until I was like, you know what, fine. I need friends anyway. And I was like, we can be friends. We can hang out. I was like, we're not compatible for dating, but it's like it looks like you're going through it and I was going through it with my mom because like right around that's right around the time. Well, no, I've just finished my first master's and then I was about to start my second. So yeah, let's just say, whew, I'll tell that story time. I will tell that story time. Because, yeah, now I was going to be twice as stupid, even though I finished the first one. Yeah, mother daughter issues. Yay. Anyway, okay. So, with the relationship and this with the gaslighting and with him literally threatening his life so many times if I broke up with him. And the thing is, like, guys, don't do that. Why do that? Okay, instead, it's like, yeah, to the men out there, maybe this just shows that you need to elevate yourself. Maybe this just shows that you need to improve yourself. Maybe this shows that you need to set goals so that you can become a better person, so that you can be the you that you want to be. But if you are already the you that you need to be, that means you need to find a different woman. Okay? Because a lot of men, especially men like that, they wanted to push me down. They wanted to ruin me. Guys, why ruin another woman? Just find a woman on your level. It's not fair. Like somebody's hard work and the years and time, and especially from a black woman with an undiagnosed disability back then, I was already getting judged and ridiculed, and everyone's already telling me what I can and cannot do. But I was pushing through, fighting through. I was determined because I wanted to be the woman I want to be. And yes, I'm never going to be perfect for any man, but at the same time, I would want a man that's compatible with me. And so I kept running into men. I've already updated you guys. I am now seeing a guy who yeah, he's totally different. And with the list of standards, yeah, it shows and proves that I I know the type of guy that I've been looking for and who I would want to date. And is he perfect? No, but I'm not perfect either. And he's even met, like, I don't know, it's like he's pretty blunt and honest, and I like, it's like I know I have to be careful, but I like at least at least I can hear it up front. Because some men, especially the first 60 to 90 days, they try to just make sure everything is butterflies and birds, and it's like, like cute little baby bunnies are going to be walking up and heavenly and awesome. And no, it's like, I'm not perfect, you're not perfect. Like, it's easier to figure that stuff out right now. And especially having a disability, I'm going to be doing a series on that, the beauty and the ugly within, because I've heard from a lot of men how unattractive that my disability is, and or I would be hotter if I walked right. I would be a dime piece if I learned how to walk. Or a lot of it's before I was before I was diagnosed. But yeah, you learn a lot about what people say and do when you're not diagnosed, because they feel like they can say anything or whatever, because since I don't officially have a disability, they can mock me, tease me, say anything they want to me. And now that I do have a disability, some men tell me that they don't want to date me because of the disability. They don't think I'm hot enough or attractive enough, or I'm going to get stared at for the wrong reasons, or they would be embarrassed to be around me and things like that. But some men who see how other men treat me or they see my low self esteem, they take advantage of that. And Mr. Lockakey took advantage of that. And I won't forget, like, one of the last times he gaslit me like nobody's business, love bombed me, gaslit every, like, because whenever there were some times where he knew I was so tired of him. He knew I was so tired of him. And especially over the winters, like I would need to go home or whatever. And he would threaten. He was like, you know what I'm going to do if you go home? I need you tonight. I need you to spend the night. I need you over here. If you don't, and I'm just like, are you kidding me? And I'd be so upset. But then he would show me one of the items that he could possibly, you know, and then to love bomb me, he would either make me scrambled eggs and toast or grilled cheese. Yeah, those were the two dishes he could make. And yeah, yeah, or he would put Archer or one of my favorite shows on the TV. But one thing that he did that really annoyed me, and I found it amusing, and I knew it was never going to happen. So I never got worried. I remember when I told his older brother's girlfriend about what he started. Oh my gosh, we were laughing so hard for like 3 to 5 minutes. It was hilarious. But my ex had an envelope, and he was like, he came and sat down next to me, all serious looking, and I'm like, what are you doing? And he sits next to me with the pen. He grabs the pen, or he asked me for a pen. I forgot which one. But then I see him and he's writing. And he wrote WEDDING. And my eyes are just like, what? What are you doing? And he was like, I love you. I love you so much. And I see how you're trying to get your life together. I see all the things you're doing. And I won't be on your level, but I want to be. So this is a step I'm going to take. I am going to start putting money in this envelope for our wedding. And I remember looking at him like, right. And I remember he put the envelope right under his turtle. I think his name was Rupert, something like that. Yeah, he put it under the turtle tank and stuff. And, but the funny thing is, yeah, he put money in it, but he'd always take it out. I always knew he was never going to have enough. Never going to have enough. So I never had to worry. And I just kind of thought it was silly and just kind of like, okay, yeah, well, whatever. But yeah, because he always wanted to blame me for the reasons he got back to his addiction. And if you're threatened by a woman, if you're threatened that you would never be good enough, if you think that she's going to keep getting better, either get better or move on. It's like if you're going to try to destroy a woman, because remember, this is the man, the Olive Garden episode. Go listen to that episode. That's him. That's him. All of the times he threatened to punch more holes in the walls of his house, or his grandmother's house, but the house he lived in. All of the times his grandmother had to pick him up from jail because, oh, he got caught with his addiction again. The times he would yell at me because he didn't want me to study or finish my test for my class to finish my master's. So he would tell me, oh, let's go grocery shopping. Let's go to a friend's house. Let's go have fun. Why? Like, you don't need to do this. You don't need to finish. Ladies, if a man is ever trying to push you down or tell you to stop something that is important to you, something that's going to elevate and make your life better, some of these men only care about their life. Some of these men only think a woman is for their use. Ladies, you have a life too. And yes, the church kind of Yeah. This is why I'm more spiritual than Christian now. I'm still a Christian, but I'm much more spiritual. Much more. This is the same man who I could no longer leave my purse down where he was. Wherever he was, I could not leave my purse near him. Because even after he started this whole envelope thing, there were times where I would be missing money. And I was tired of it. I'm like, where's my money? Oh well, yeah, you should be contributing to the wedding too. You need to start putting money. You need to start contributing. Okay. Let's look in the envelope then. No, no, you don't need to. Remember, I said don't look in the envelope. Remember, I said envelope's empty. So if you're telling me to contribute and you took money from my purse, took money from my wallet, and you said it's going towards the wedding, how come the envelope is empty? How? Well, I needed gas too. I'm gonna put it back. So no, you didn't steal for the wedding. You stole for your gas tank so that you can go back to your friend's house and get the special candy. That's what you got my money for. So stop lying. Then you would start getting mad at me, yelling at me, gaslighting me. Well, you have more money than me. You balance your money than me. You know how to save money and I don't. It's not my fault. My mother died. She never was able to teach me about that. My dad was irresponsible. He didn't know how to take care of money. But for some, you're good with that. So it's like you'll be able to make that 20 back. You have, remember you have a bank account and it's like you're able to, and he just started a bank account too. So then I was like, you do too. But I don't, I'm trying to, it's not the same. Yeah. And so this is what I'm saying. If you're with a man and this man is either trying to tear you apart, tear you down, put you down, tell you that your goals and dreams don't matter, tell you that you have to change, and then, but you see, he's not changing. You see, he's not developing himself. He's not working on himself. He's not trying to better himself. Maybe he's threatened because he knows of the possibilities of who you can be. Maybe he knows how just wonderful and amazing and impressive you can be. And if he was compared to you, he would never measure up. That might be why. So be careful. Be careful. Never be with a man that's going to downplay and downgrade who you are. It's like I didn't love myself, and I didn't love myself so much that I was scared that I would be the reason. But you know what? That's like whatever happened, that would have been his choice. And with my self-esteem, I thought I wasn't worth it. With how I was walking, everyone was blaming me. Everyone was saying it was my fault. So for a God, like, and that's why parents, be careful, because the hate you place on your child might end up in being, like, especially future relationships for them, might end up some of the most toxic, awful, terrible situations you can imagine. I ended up with this guy because he did the love bombing and he gaslit, but it's like with my walking, he was like, oh well, those guys are idiots. He was like, you walk how you walk, and it's like he said everything. From what he heard from me, he said everything that I would have needed in order to not feel like I was the ugliest woman in the room, the oddest woman in the room, or whatever. He made me feel like I could exist as myself. But that was only at the beginning, before he stole from my wallet and threatened his life if I drove away that one day. But yeah. Now I'm going to talk about Mr. No Heart. Yeah, I can't forget Mr. No Heart, because the games he played, especially when it came to my surgery and diagnosis and everything, you know, you know. But thank you so much for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human and you're human too.